you speaking
No,
so
I swear not.
slow?
Sorry.
What do you want?
Well, your name, for one.
I'm Gadzit Zio.
Well, pleased to meet you. God's day.
Just call me Zio.
Dio.
Zio.
Dio.
Now tell me why it is you're here. Where did you get
Nicky, I
this?
think the guy
I'm an old friend.
with the afro.
I've only seen such markings in one other place.
Where?
The mullet, I meant.
Well, it is forbidden
I
for me
think
to
you got
speak
that
of it.
date.
I saved your people. Does this mean nothing to you?
He asked a girl,
Look,
and he
I
was
am
hitting
not
on,
the enemy.
and I think she said yeah, because every time I go on his story,
Close to
it's
here, there
always
is a hill.
about her.
Meet me there, and we'll see if you speak the truth.
What? It's kind of weird. No, I just left. Fuck. I'm trying to fix something. I'm joining back.
That town hosts soldiers who seek to drive my
Yeah,
people
yeah.
from these
I need
lands.
switch
They're led by a
something.
man known as the Bulldog.
There.
Edward Braddock.
You know him?
Nikki,
He's
can you
no
give me the
friend of
bill
mine.
now?
Every day, more of my people are lost to men like him.
The small
And I
ass
suggest
wheels.
we put a stop to it.
Nikki, give me a bill.
Together.
Give me the build for this now.
What do you propose?
That we kill Edward Braddock.
I like how that's fast as balls.
But first, we have to find him.
Nikki, can you give me the build for this now? Come on, I just got on to Come on, do it.
Links are down below. That concludes
Nikki,
our
come
video
on,
for
don't be a
today.
bum.
Please subscribe and turn on all notifications so you never miss a video. If you're old here, like,
No, it's not
share,
maybe. It's
comment down
yes,
below.
because
Oh,
trust
I hit a
I
tree.
know
Channel membership.
Yet you remain.
that I might prove you wrong.
Incident you'd like us
It will not happen.
link it down below.
So you say.
So I
How
know.
much money? How much money do you need? Ooh, really? I have like 40K. Level 13.
Wait here. A Mohawkman is likely to raise suspicions, if not muskets.
This is hardly the
Okay.
first time I've been
Do I have
amongst
to
your
go to
people.
the
I can
the
handle
body
myself.
I hope
The
so.
racing mod, like the turbo. Oh, the racing mod. Oh, I don't have enough. I don't have enough for. I have the drift mod. Okay, I'll install that in a minute when I have the money for it. Go on. Wait, where do I go to get the spring link?
The endless crashing of the waves, the sting of the salt in my eyes, and the goddamn
diamond
gulls
sting.
shrieking and shitting everywhere.
You're sure that's where we're going?
Aye, the Bulldog's putting together another expedition.
That's what they're calling them now. Expeditions.
Aye, smart too.
The wheel.
Slap a fancy name on something and all evil is excused.
Okay, I don't understand. What other kid?
I hear tell the French
He's
are
on
heading to
on
move in
Cold
our
War right now.
positions. Wonder what Braddock intends to do about it.
I'm just
He's
gonna.
already left for the advance camp. I'll wager
Just
on
send
it
a
the holiday
video
here is
of
just
it.
about ended. We'll be marching south before week's end.
Show me where it. No, it's not. It's not even that hard. Just do it. Cool. Can you just teach me this really fast? Like,
Oi! Where you going, Cully?
I can buy the hot rod
Me?
and go through the video.
No,
Like how.
the other cock Robin.
Well,
Come on, don't be a
I
bitch.
was leaving.
Oh my dude.
And now?
Well, now,
That's it.
I'm going to feed you your teeth.
And you were worried I was going to be the problem?
I really need the card build, but okay. Okay, where do I go?
Yeah, Barbara.
Body kit. Front tire. Do I go to the body kits or do I go to the dyno? Oh, I see what you mean. 7. I can put it on 7. What else? 4 on 1. Okay, I put it on 4. What else?
Yeah, try to kick that bitch. Kick him in the nuts.
No, I'm not. 74.
You're hurt.
Oh, that's nothing.
Here. I should stop the bleeding.
The pervert school.
That wasn't necessary.
Okay.
But thank you.
We should move on. Meet me at Braddock's camp when you're ready.
I'm waiting for you, man. That's probably really it. Okay, do you start up on another one? Or no? Start up the one with the wrist strip. I love this filter. I want to. I know. I want to make my wheel so tiny as F. It looks so funny though. It looks so low. John's running in here. I fell asleep. On him. Yeah, sorry, he fell asleep. Sorry.
Use the snowstorm to mask your approach. Having second thoughts?
Hardly. But I'll have to approach this carefully.
Go on then. I'll keep watch from here.
I can hide in that cart.
mate. 5 bottles of whiskey, a couple dozen new uniforms, boots, the leather for patching, blankets to cut feed for the horses. What else? That's it. That's all there is.
Those cannons are like to cause trouble. Perhaps I could sabotage them.
General Braddock refused the offer. There will be no truce.
Damn it! Why, George? What reason did he give?
He said a diplomatic solution was no solution at all. That allowing the French to retreat would only delay an inevitable conflict. One in which they'd now have the upper hand.
There's merit to those words, as much as I hate to admit it. Still, can't he see this is unwise?
It doesn't sit well with me either. We're far from home with our forces divided. Worse, I fear Braddock's bloodlust makes him careless. It puts the men at risk. I'd rather not be delivering grim news to mothers and widows because the bulldog wanted to prove a point. Where is the general now?
And then it's on the course of Cain, I assume?
Eventually, the march north is a copy of the plans in the command tent should you wish to review them.
At least this will be ended soon.
I tried, John.
I know, my friend. I know.
That map will surely be of use. I need to find it.
Go away, go away.
Considering that reasonable
Good shit.
suspicion is not a rigid concept, and the suspiciousness of one action is not always equal to the suspiciousness of another,
Okay,
it is
so
possible
it's
that a
over
court would consider
there.
the information contained in this article a factor for reasonable suspicion. It is highly unlikely that the knowledge of a nationally recognized event would constitute justification for an investigation standing alone, but when combined with factors that corroborate that suspicion, the court may conclude that the officer's knowledge of the event was relevant. It could be argued that, just as in the Glover case, Officer Duggan combined the known facts of the 911 report and the description given by the caller with his observations and personal knowledge of the news story to formulate reasonable suspicion. On the contrary, it is equally possible that a court would find that an event that is nationally recognized but not nationally perpetrated bears no relevance to a police interaction on the other side of the country. In Mr. Bay's reaction video, he dismisses the article as nonsense, and it is easy to draw the conclusion that this article is intended to prime the viewer into a certain narrative regarding Mr. Bay's behavior. It is difficult to draw any conclusions on the validity of this claim without a court ruling on the issue, but it is important to highlight that there is an argument to be made about the legal significance of this article. The last factor involves the criminal history of the location, and California courts have directly ruled on whether past crimes committed in a location can be a factor for reasonable suspicion. In February of 2016, the California Supreme Court held that, quote, reasonable suspicion cannot be based solely on factors unrelated to the defendant, such as criminal activity in the area, in the case of People versus Casares. Later that same year, the court clarified that other factors are needed beyond a location's criminal reasoned that without more evidence, quote, the location's history of criminal activity would justify the detention of every person visiting that location. Although this factor standing alone would not meet the necessary standard for reasonable suspicion, when complemented with the evidence presented by the 911 call and Officer Duggan's observations, there is a high probability that the Pinhole officers did have enough evidence to effectuate an investigative detainment.
Ah, you son of a bitch.
Mr. Bay was under no legal obligation to identify himself or aid the officers as they conducted their investigation. I have covered California's identification laws in a previous episode that I will link in the info card above, but it should be noted that California is one of the few states that has
Those
no
cannons are
law
like to cause
requiring
trouble.
citizens to show their ID to police prior
Perhaps
to
I
arrest.
could sabotage them.
Even when suspected of committing a crime, California citizens are under no legal obligation to identify themselves. However, officers may still detain and investigate citizens if they have acquired reasonable suspicion.
That's what's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
My name's right here. My badge number's right there on my badge.
What's your name? First name right, last name here? Is that it?
Sure.
Yeah. First name.
The video makes the point that there are no federal laws or departmental policies that require officers to verbally identify themselves. As discussed many times on ATA, officers are generally not required by law to identify themselves to citizens, and the video is correct in stating that the Pinhole Police Department has no policy that compels its officers to do so. However, there is an argument to be made that all officers should be required to identify themselves. As attorney Jeffrey Krapko notes in his University of Chicago Law Review article, the 1995 Supreme Court case of Wilson versus Arkansas held that Fourth Amendment reasonableness depends in part on whether officers knock and announce their presence prior to entering a home to conduct a search.
Given the long-standing common law endorsement of the practice of announcement and the wealth of founding era statutes and cases adopting the knock and announce principle, we hold that the method of an officer's entry into a dwelling is among the factors to be considered in assessing the reasonableness of a search.
Oh, so I gotta escape the fort now.
Wilson case and the 2006 case of Wilson explained that the knock and announce rule protected three vital interests: life and limb, property, and privacy.
The purpose of the knock and announce rule is threefold. It protects human life and limb. If an officer bursts into one's home, many citizens will assume him to be a criminal and may reach for a weapon of their own. Second, the rule protects property. If citizens are asked to open the door for law enforcement, they will save themselves the expense of having to buy a new door or a new door frame. And third, the rule protects the privacy and dignity that may be destroyed by a sudden entrance. As one of our prior cases put it, quote, the brief interlude between announcement and entry
let's see here.
may be the opportunity that an individual has to pull on clothes or get out of bed.
In Mr. Krapko's article, he goes on to point out that many plaintiffs have argued that the logic of the knock and announce rule should be extended to police officers conducting arrests in public. The article contends that when an officer fails to identify himself, all three of the interests that the knock and announce rule is designed to protect are implicated, and thus the police should be required to identify themselves prior to conducting arrests in public. As you can see, there is a legal framework for the argument that members of law enforcement should be required to identify themselves, but it is impossible to know if or when such a case would be considered. Currently, the requirement for an officer to identify themselves is regulated at the state level. The California Penal Code 830.10 does not require an officer to verbally announce their name or badge number. Although the officers are not legally obligated to verbally identify themselves to members of the public, a departmental policy requiring them to do so would coincide with the Pinhole Police Department's mission statement of, quote, the protection of life and property through exemplary customer service to the community in accordance with strict adherence to the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. A code which begins with, quote, as a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve the community, and includes phrases such as, quote, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately, and, quote, I alone am responsible for my own standard of professional performance. Given that the Pinhole Police Department is so dedicated to customer service and professionalism, it is strange that the department has yet to adopt an officer identification policy that would promote transparency, trust, and accountability within their community.
So you're investigating me for walking around in public?
Okay, let me ask you a question. So,
No, let me ask you.
be expected. Okay.
So,
Turn around. Put your hands on your back.
I'm gonna put my phone in my thing, and I'm gonna keep recording you guys.
No, you can. He can. Hang on. He can put it in his pocket.
Mr. Bay was placed into handcuffs. The video goes on to claim that he was detained for approximately 5 minutes. As Mr. Bay notes in his response video, the detainment actually lasted approximately 16 minutes. In Mr. Bay's original post, he was detained at the 4-minute 20-second mark when Officer Duggan informed him that he was not free to go.
I'm going. Dipping out this way.
In 2019, researchers conducted an experiment in deliberative democracy called America in One Room. 530 Americans from across the country were invited to Texas as a representative sample of the entire country. They set out to discover whether people from a variety of backgrounds could gather and have a civil discussion about important and controversial policy issues.
Yeah, we gonna clap on the way.
Healthcare, immigration, the environment.
What news?
Braddock has left to rally his troops. They're marching on Fort Duquesne. It'll be a while yet till they're ready, which gives us time to form a plan.
No need. We will ambush him here near the river. Go and gather your allies. I will do the same. I will send word when it is time to strike.
Look, the horse didn't want to cross, so I gotta swim over. Douchebag. Whee! Oh, here I go. Getting on my own. I should really lay down, get some sleep, and go to bed. I got work tomorrow for 10 hours, and I don't know what I should do.
Subsection G. It states that neither of them apply in this encounter. As mentioned in the video, the Bain Act is designed to protect citizens from threats, intimidation, or coercion and attempts to interfere with their state or federal statutory or constitutional rights. The Act provides civil penalties for perpetrators, remedies for victims of hate crime violence, restraining orders, and injunctive relief, and several other key measures aimed at combating this conduct. If a court were to deem that the penal officers did not have reasonable suspicion to stop Mr. Bay, then the Bain Act would be
But I'm almost there. It's right over in that building.
the officers were within their authority to detain Mr. Bay, which would render the Bain Act
My horse couldn't swim across the water.
Subsection G because he was not stopped for recording it. Subsection only applies to persons taking a photograph or making an audio
Hey, pals.
In Mr. Bay's reaction video, he claims that he only mentioned the laws to demonstrate to the officers that he had some legal knowledge. And when I spoke to Mr. Bay, he informed me that he often pretends to know less about the laws than he actually does to test the officers he encounters. His use of this tactic can be verified by the many audits that he has uploaded to his YouTube.
The cold, cold ground.
Here, here.
Are you that much of an idiot? Look at your stripes. How long have you...
Hard at work, I see.
Are you that stupid?
How did you...
It is time. We've set up camp to the north. Meet me there.
Only 100,000.
Gentlemen,
Did you just start playing it?
let us away.
5 million power in just a few days? How'd you do it?
I think the Vikings when I started playing Rise of Kingdoms. You see, the Vikings gained extra troop load, get resources quicker, and train troops.
First it was too cold.
With extra...
Now it's too goddamn hot.
The public records request you can do at a later time.
And humid too. It's a right swamp, I tell you.
To say nothing of the mosquitoes.
Warm weather and bugs are soon to be the least of our worries.
What? You mean the bulldog? Please. We'll be in that one's beef soon enough and on to the next.
That's what the complaints are for. Been about 45
Where's your boy Lee gone off to?
Returned to finish out his service under Braddock.
I imagine the bulldog's none too pleased after the stunt we pulled.
Pleased to spin a tale of my incompetence and beg forgiveness. He has a way with words, especially when it comes to flattery. I expect he'll be welcomed back with open arms.
Which would give us a man inside.
Precisely.
As mentioned many times on ATA, courts have traditionally accepted the notion that government officials are subject to being recorded with certain time, place, and manner.
I see you've been busy.
All these men are from many different tribes, united in their desire to see Braddock sent away.
Otherwise known as a traditional public.
The Abenaki, the Lenape, the Shawnee.
And you?
There is no expectation of privacy in a license.
Who do you stand for?
Myself.
I've covered this topic in more detail in the episode. Mr. May
What would you have me do?
Will you help the others to prepare? Follow.
Not only are the legal implications of this claim debatable, but there are legitimate questions to be raised about its factual accuracy as well. The department claims
Everything all right, sir?
Just savoring the moment. No doubt, many wonder why it is we've pushed so far west. These are wild lands, as yet untamed and unsettled. But it shall not always be so. In time, our holdings will no longer suffice. And that day is closer than you think. We must ensure our people have ample room to grow and further prosper. Which means we need more land. The French understand this and endeavor to prevent such growth. They skirt around our territory, erecting forts and forging alliances, awaiting the day they might strangle us with the noose they've built. This must not come to pass. We must sever the cord and send them back. This is why we ride, to offer them one last chance. The French will leave, or they will die.
Now's the time to strike.
Wait. To scatter the expedition is not enough. We must ensure that Braddock falls, else he's sure to try again. I'll disguise myself as one of his own and make my way to his side. Your ambush will provide the perfect cover for me to deliver the killing blow.
Yeah.
There, in front of us.
transform policing and community relations through transparency, trust, and respect. And the chief offers to speak to Mr. Bay directly to, quote, take advantage of this opportunity to help us all by participating in our procedural justice process. Mr. Bay told me that he never contacted Chief Gang, and he did receive an email from him with an invitation to have a meeting. Mr. Bay responded to that email with the public records request he had submitted for the Pinhole Police Department's conduct policy, the 911 call that prompted the encounter, and all body and dash camera footage regarding the incident. According to Mr. Bay, as of the writing of this episode, his public records request has not been fulfilled. Mr. Bay said that he intends to file a complaint once he can gather evidence of his records request, but that he did not believe that he had grounds to sue the officers for the department. Overall, Officer Duggan and the Pinhole Police Department get a C, because although the officers were likely within their authority to handcuff and detain Mr. Bay, they exercised poor discretion and lazy investigative tactics, and demonstrated an utter disregard for professionalism by reluctantly handing over a complaint form and refusing to fulfill Mr. Bay's public records requests. There is no doubt that this interaction could have been resolved more quickly if Mr. Bay had simply answered Officer Duggan's questions. But Mr. Bay was under no legal obligation to aid the officers in their investigation against him. Instead of checking the cars for evidence of tampering, Officer Duggan essentially built his investigation on whether or not Mr. Bay would answer his questions. And at one point in the interaction, he insinuates that if Mr. Bay had nothing to hide, then he wouldn't force Officer Duggan to conduct an investigation.
Kill them!
Shine, All-Stars! RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars is sashaying to its new home exclusively on Paramount Plus. Fast, the class, and all this ass.
So the fact that he, like... He's still pushing me. Fucker.
This season of All-Stars is going to be a game within a game. I am back. The girls are out for blood. New strategy. You want to be here, show it. This is redemption time. It doesn't have to come at you, but it is to come at me.
I'm telling you, anyone pack the cart too hard. If the French push back, there'll be a lot of opportunities for us up north.
Outfit, amazing job all around.
Oh, watch out, get out the way.
Have served, you mean? Sir, you are grateful to have served. General!
Edward. Not so fun on the other end of the barrel, is it?
Look out!
Sir. Where are you off to, Edward?
Oh shit, I got stuck around the tree. Alright. Oh fucking come on, damn it.
I never took you for a coward, Edward.
Come on, then! Such arrogance. I always knew it would be the end of you. Is the end of you.
Don't. Hurry before he gets away! I said go!
I don't deserve this! You're a hypocrite, Haytham!
You're a hypocrite, bitch.
Why, Haytham?
Your death opens a door. Nothing personal.
Mr. Bay
Well,
gets an A-.
maybe it's a little personal. It's been a pain in my ass, after all.
But we are brothers in arms.
Once, perhaps. No longer. Do you think I've forgotten what you did?
Nothing Mr.
Those
Bay did.
innocents slaughtered. And for what?
Action was illegal.
It does not engender peace to cut your way to resolution.
Wrong. Whether we applied the sword more liberally
There's
and
nothing
more
illegal
often
about walking around the parking lot and sitting between
would be
old
a better place than it is today.
In this instance, I concur. Farewell, Edward.
It's done.
Now I've upheld my part of the bargain. I expect that you will honor yours.
Follow me.
Media accusing her of taking drugs during her pregnancy, which resulted in the death of their unborn child.
November 2019, approximately, I received a message from a friend that told me some things about Mandy that I didn't first believe. I was told that she was drinking and doing drugs to try to kill our firstborn son because she was afraid that it wasn't my firstborn son was still born at 31 weeks, about a month and a half later we got married, and then subsequently we have had 2 children since then. She says that I'm trying to ruin her life. Not wrong. I would like to, especially if she did do something to her son. Honestly, it's she's telling me the truth. Then awesome. Get that out of my head. It's not thinking that I can
Fucking go. Fuck. Go up the stairs, bitch.
He says that, let's cover well, that the baby wasn't his. Did he ever bring this up?
The only smart one.
So he says you cheated on him and that's why you tried to kill the baby. Then he did all the drugs.
It's gonna cost you though.
Was he aware? Was he watching you get all liquored up and run down? So he never came to you and said, hey, you better stop using because you're pregnant. You better put that like that. Because the child was still born. They had to run all kind of blood tests on you and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I think it's time for bed. Fucking tired. Tired, old.
Master Kenway. Did you find it then? It was not the right place. The others are waiting for you. Gentlemen, please, sit. I fear our temple was no more than a painted cave. Although it did contain precursor images and script, which means we are close.
Not close enough, it seems.
We need to redouble our efforts and expand our order and establish a permanent base here. Although the site eludes us, I am confident we will find it.
Truth. Hear, hear.
Furthermore, I believe it is time we welcome Charles into our fold. He has proven himself a loyal disciple and served unerringly since the day he came to us. He should be able to share in our knowledge and reap all the benefits that such a gift implies. Are any opposed? Very well. Charles, come, stand. Do you swear to uphold the principles of our order and all that for which we stand?
I do.
And never to share our secrets nor divulge the true nature of our work?
I do.
And to do so from now until death, whatever the cost?
I do.
Then we welcome you into our fold, brother. Together, we will usher in the dawn of a new world, one defined by purpose and order. Give me your hand. You are a Templar. May the Father of Understanding guide us.
May the Father of Understanding
guide us.
Wait, what?
No, wait, so what?
She ever admit to you that she cheated on you? Twice.
Desmond Miles.
One time we were actually on a break, and I did sleep with somebody else, I didn't. And then we got legally separated, so...
You all saw that, right?
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Did you ever cheat on her?
Yes.
The key must be the amulet Hatham took from London.
We might know what it looks like, but we're no closer to finding it. Desmond, you need to keep going.
Were you going to bed with her at night? Okay. Did you see her doing drugs?
Hey, he's your ancestor too. Why don't you hop in the Animus?
Really? That's your response? It's like dealing with a 6-year-old. What is wrong with you, Desmond?
How is she as a mother?
You want to know what's wrong? I'm sick of being treated like I'm not even here. Desmond, do this. Desmond, do that. Desmond, you better figure things out because the sun is going to turn us all to ash. And I know I was really nice to you, but actually I'm just another Templar plot twist. And yes, I would like very much for you to be controlled by a magic space wizard so that you can murder me. So there's your answer. I'm sick of being a goddamn pawn. I thought it might be different. I mean, you're my father, but it turns out you're no better than the fucking Templars.
Don't you ever equate me with these bastards again. You hear me? Everything I do, everything I have done, has been for you. Maybe I pushed a little too hard, asked a little too much, but try and remember exactly what's at stake.
Why would she kill your child?
You need to get it together, kid. We're running out of time.
Right, it was unusual. Well, I'm just going to pretend it has never happened and get back to bringing everyone up to speed on where we stand. The news isn't good. It appears this temple is powered by a collection of, well, I guess they're batteries. You found one on your way in, but there aren't any more, at least not down here.
About it. Just needs to grow up and leave us alone.
Any idea on where we can find replacements?
Pretty simple
Not
request.
yet, so I intend to tiptoe into the Abstergo database. Now, if I can cross-reference these particular devices with their database, maybe we'll get lucky.
We asked Mandy during your first
See what you can
pregnancy,
do.
Did you use any form
obviously.
Any form of illegal
Anyway,
drugs.
I gotta check my email,
take a look
sir.
around here, or we can head back to the Animus.